Good morning! Our care card today is priorities. Get your priorities straight. When you know what's important, saying no gets much easier. For today's class, we're using a bolster or a pillow. Have that. And you know what? We're going to start a little bit differently. We're going to use our bolster right away, right out of the gate. Lengthwise. So if you have a pillow, maybe folding it lengthwise, or if it's a square, just put it in the middle. And we're going to nestle our bum up next to it, if you have a nice long one here, and let yourself come down on it. The idea is the chest is lifted, and we're letting the shoulders relax on either side. If it's available, your head is lifted as well. Build your comfort here. There's no rush. I welcome you to your yoga practice. This is your time. We're starting right away with a heart opener. And while this is a heart opener physically, it could be emotionally and spiritually as well. Noticing if you could use to offer yourself a little more love and understanding. Maybe offering that to someone else or a certain situation. We're just taking nice, deep breaths. Letting go of all of the hoopla that is the day-to-day. Inviting yourself into this cozy moment. Noticing the sorts of things that popped into your mind. Noticing without judgment. This is a restful time for your body. Inviting this to also be a restful time for your mind. Giving your mind a little vacation, a little peace. Inviting some movement to the fingers and toes. Moving the ankles and the wrists. And if it feels good to do so in the shape that we're in right now, we'll rock the head side to side. We'll draw the feet onto the mat, making our knees like mountains. Reaching one arm up and overhead, we'll take a little roll off of our pillow. We'll slowly press our way up to a seat. We're going to extend the legs out and place our pillow on top. And just allow yourself to round in. If you have yoga blocks or an extra pillow, you might place that here for your head to rest on. You could stack your fists to bring that up to you a little bit more. Or just round and relax, whichever you prefer. And just noticing how the body feels in this shape. We're not warming up as we typically do, so it might feel a little different. You're still accessing our deep belly breath. Slow rise, taking our pillow off to the side. We're going to bend our right knee, drawing it in, maybe giving it a hug. Just sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. You might keep the foot as it is or take the foot to the outside of the left leg. Still inviting your heart towards your knees, sitting tall. We're going to start to turn our chest to the right. Looking over your shoulder. Finding a place for your eyes to rest. And then taking the hands over to the other side, to the ground, leaning down that way, away from your legs. Let's come back to center, standing both of the legs long. Taking the hands behind you, point through the toes, lift the heart. Let's draw the feet onto the mat. Keeping the heart lifted, we'll sway the knees side to side. Inhaling one way, exhaling the other. Come back to center, sending the legs long, sitting up tall. We'll bend our left knee, drawing it in, holding and breathing here. Nice long exhales. We'll take the foot to the outside of the leg, or keeping it as it was. We use our right arm to wrap around, turning our chest to the left. And then unwind, taking our hands down over here, your heart shining towards the ground. And then we'll unwind. We're going to come forwards onto our tabletop or into our tabletop. Bumping the hips side to side. And then taking the hands on a walk to the right, making a C curve in your spine, looking down towards the bottom of the mat. And then over to the left. Coming back through center. Inviting the big toes together, knees wide, sinking the bum back and nestling in. Walking our hands to the right, melting yourself down. Relaxing all your fingers. And then over to the other side. Coming back through center, walking the hands in, rolling the shoulders. Let's take the hands back down to the mat. We're going to thread the needle, reaching the right arm to the sky. Oh, let's pause here for a moment. It just always feels so good in my body. And circling that arm around. And thread it through. Unwinding back to center. Reaching our left hand to the sky. Circling the arm. Threading it through. Unwinding back to center. Let's draw the knees towards each other. Come up to a kneeling shape. Taking one hand down to the side, reaching up and over to our side bend. Bringing the awareness to your face. See if it's possible to soften a little further. Back to center. Let's just hold here and breathe. Notice how it feels. Tailbone reaching to the earth. And then over the other way. Back to center. Guiding our hands forward. Extending the legs long. Releasing all the way down into our sphinx. If you're taking a little rock with the lower half of the body. And then just hanging out here. Finding space between your ears and your shoulders. Shining the heart forward. Notice how this feels today. Gliding the hands under the shoulders. We'll shine the heart. Move it back through the knees. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Pedaling the feet. Smooth breath. Releasing the knees down. Moving between our cat and cow. Inhale, looking up like the bottom blossom. Exhale, round. Moving at your pace. And then neutral spine. Sending our right leg back with the toes down for a rock. We'll hover the leg, holding here for 3, 2, 1. Step the foot forward, knee over ankle. We'll start to lift through the torso, tuck the tailbone under, reach the arm, wiggling the fingers. Relax the hand. Leading with your heart. As if you have paint on your hands and you're going to wipe it down the wall. We come down. We'll lift the back knee to our lunge. Breathing, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the knee. Moving through our tabletop. Bumping the hips. Sending our left leg back for a rock. And then hover the leg. Balance with the hands for 3, 2, 1. Step it forward. Relaxing all of the toes. We'll slowly lift. Rolling the shoulders back. Reaching up. Wiggling our fingers. Soften the hand. Feeling your body, doing little micro movements to keep you upright. Painting that wall down. Lifting the back knee to our lunge. We're breathing. We're here for 3, for 2, and 1. Making our way to our table. And then onto our bum in our Sukhasana. If you would like to sit on your pillow to help lift your hips a little bit, you're welcome. Letting yourself land here. Notice what you feel in your body. This moment right here is all yours. This life that you lead is all yours. Remembering that you are the lead actor. It doesn't always mean that you're loud or dramatic or chaotic. You can still be the lead, having a quiet day. Just embracing all parts of yourself. Because you are beautiful and enough in all of your state, all of your facets. The world will adjust. When you're ready, we'll guide the hands overhead. And then guiding the hands down to the heart. Actively pressing your hands into each other. Reaching our hands back up to the sky. Feeling your hands peel away from each other. And then float down to your sides. Feeling the texture of the mat beneath your fingers. Reaching the hands through the sky, through the air. Notice how it feels on your skin. Really subtle. Feel the hands touching each other. Guide it down to your heart. Pressing the hands actively into each other. Notice where you feel that most in your hand. Guiding it up to the sky. Feel your hands peel away from each other and softly moving through the air, down, 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 letting your hands touch the ground. Inviting one ear to your shoulder. Notice what you find here. We are explorers. Noticing the body, listening to its messages. Drawing the chin to the chest. And then over the other way. Lifting the head, feeling the hands float through the air. Letting the hands touch. Now this time is going to be different. We're going to let the thumbs come along the forehead, the nose, the lips. Down to your chest. Interlacing your finger. Let it flow. Go from your shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. And starting at the opposite shoulder. Pressing your hands forward, guiding them slowly to the sky. Releasing your fingers and soften down, inviting your heart down, down, down. We'll slowly rise, switching our leading leg. Roll one shoulder at a time. Reaching our hands up to the sky. Feeling the hands touch. Let's bend the elbows, nestling the thumbs to the back of the head. Feel your hair. We'll gently release. Feel the hands pull away from each other, coming into our cactus. Smooth the breath. Letting our fingertips tap down on the shoulders. How does that feel? Guiding the elbows around. Of course, it's not just the elbows or the shoulders. Noticing all the moving parts. Pause, sending our hands out to the side, pushing the walls away. Notice how it feels when we create space between each of our fingers. We'll turn our hands upward, keeping the arms extended. And then slowly guide the hands towards each other. Notice how it feels when they touch. Keeping the thumbs together, we're going to open our hands open. Forward. And we'll slowly make our way down, inviting our heart down, opening our hearts to our gratitude. We'll slowly rise, making our way down onto the back. Noticing the parts of your body that connect with the mat or the floor, and those that do not. Let's take our right ankle over the left knee. Opening the arms wide, feeling the chest open, relax. Inviting our legs on a rock side to side. And then we'll come to center. Option to keep our left foot grounded and just send the right knee forward. Or maybe gathering the left knee in if that feels right. Keeping the head relaxed down. Feeling the smooth breath passing your nostril. One more breath. Release both of our feet to the mat, our hands at our sides. Feeling yourself held and supported. Whew. We'll take our left ankle over the right knee. Our arms open, inviting the knees to rock. And we'll pause. And again, either staying in stillness or gathering in. Just finding what you need, what you want. That's how we can tell the maturity of a yogi, the ability to release the ego. Just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you need to or want to. Just knowing the difference for you from one day to the next. Keeping yourself safe. Release both of our feet down. Relaxing the hands and relaxing the feet. Lifting one foot at a time, our knees hovering over our hips, arms wide. We'll take the knees together all the way to the right. Taking your right hand to rest on the top knee and turning your face to the left, inviting your upper back and shoulders to rest on the mat to the best of your ability. We're here and we're breathing. Just being here with yourself. That's what this moment is about. We'll come back through center, sending both of the feet to the sky. Moving the feet around. Bending into the knees. Guiding them all the way down to the left. With the left hand resting on the top knee. Opening through the chest, relaxing the shoulders. Your face turned to the right. Our affirmation today is, I see the world through eyes of love and acceptance. All is well in my world. I see the world through eyes of love and acceptance. All is well in my world. Let's make our way back to center. With the hands on top of the knees, big toes touching. Butterfly circles. Knees swooping away from each other and coming back in. And again, noticing all the moving parts. Let's pause, giving yourself a loving squeeze and rocking side to side. Standing the left leg long. Releasing the right foot down, turning the knee open to the side so the bottom of our foot is against the long leg. Bring your left hand to your hip and your right hand on the bent leg. It's creating a sense of openness across your pelvis. Maybe on occasion, drawing the hands towards each other and then sending them away. So one hand running down your leg, the other hand kind of pulling the left hip to the side, like we're gently opening up. And then we'll release the hands and invite them overhead in our branches. Just finding a place that's comfortable for your shoulders and arms to rest. Many of us are curled in. We're spending a lot of our time rounded in through our back, whether that's leaning over a device or just the way that it's going. And I think that sometimes it's because we have a device in our hand and that's just what happens ergonomically. But other times it's kind of like you're creating a shell. You're turning inward and you have that shell, protective layer, your back. I'm sure we don't mean to do it consciously, but it can be understandable when taking in some difficult news. And so this shape that we're in right now could feel potentially vulnerable as we are very open. No shell. And here we could be calling on trust to feel safe. In this moment on my mat, I feel safe. In this place where I'm doing yoga, I feel safe. And breathing that in. We're going to keep the arms as they are, but switch our legs. Turning the left knee out to the side. Let's guide our hands down to the pelvis. With our right hand on the hip, the left hand at the leg. And either just holding or maybe finding a gentle stretch. The hands drawing away from each other, creating space. And then when you're ready for it, we'll come back to our arms overhead or out to the side, whatever feels good for you. And as we consider this trust that we lean into to feel safe, and when we're in this open shape, it could be a good practice to notice in your day-to-day as you step off of the mat when you feel safe. And maybe even taking a moment of pause and say that to yourself. I am safe. I feel safe. Just allowing yourself to be here. Just held in this moment. Held by the world around you. When we were moving our hands earlier and feeling when the hands come together and touch. When they move through the air and touch the ground. Were you able to feel the air? Very subtle. Maybe feeling that same air now supporting you. Is it possible to soften a little further? We're going to move this, my friends, into our final resting pose, Shavasana. You might choose to use your bolster under the knees. You could use your prop absolutely any way that you'd like that would feel supported. You could even choose to decide to not use it. Getting out any wiggle, nestling yourself into deep comfort. It can be interesting to notice in our Shavasana if our mind is considering what we're going to do next, how the rest of the day will unfold, or if you're very happy to simply be here in the moment. There's no right or wrong way. I would simply ask you to consider that there's ample time for the rest of the day to unfold as it will. We're here for just a few more breaths. Let's open our ears to the sounds in our space. Bringing movements to your fingers and toes. Rocking the head side to side. One at a time, we'll draw the feet onto the mat, making our knees like mountains. We'll reach the arms overhead with an inhale. Let it go. We'll take a slow roll onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. Thanking yourself for being here today, honoring your choices. Our care card is priorities. Get your priorities straight. When you know what's important, saying no gets much easier. And our affirmation: I see the world through eyes of love and acceptance. All is well in my world. I say that as I have a kitten that's snuggling my head. All does feel very well in my world. We'll slowly make our way up to a comfortable seat. Finding movements that feel good. Reaching our hands up to the sky. Inviting the calm we've created down to the mind. May it linger here. Guiding the hands to the heart. Bowing in. Honoring who you are and the journey that you're on. I thank you for joining me. From my light to yours. Namaste. Thanks for coming out and relaxing with me.